Well, since Hype had the pleasure of recording Viewtiful Joe 2 for us, I was actually in the mood to record another piece of Viewtiful Joe history that's actually a bit out of the norm.
Yeah.
What do I mean by this? Well, it's a Red Hot Rumble.
That's a little bit more detail than I wanted to see, Joe.
Yeah, seriously. Foo porn at its finest. Wait, who's this kid? I don't remember him. Oh, hey, the boss is from the first game.
Yeah.
You do your own stunts. You mean we're not using
I like that little exchange, I'm not gonna lie.
No, we don't resort to the cheap route. But yes, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Viewtiful Joe Red Hot Rumble.
Ooh, this is really nice animation.
Yep, actually, it should be said, this game is actually very loosely based on the anime adaptation of Viewtiful Joe that came right around the same time. Which would actually explain some of the characters that we aren't the least bit familiar with. Like that kid, like this kid, Captain Blue Jr. Don't worry, Sylvia's still from the games though, and well, Alistair was from the first game. Captain Blue, the one and only.
And Jet Black, who is totally not Viewtiful Joe's father.
So yeah, spoilers by the way. But yeah, Viewtiful Joe Red Hot Rumble, a stylish action party game where you and your friends can play as these hotshot actors that are wanting to make it big in Hollywood. Well, aside from Captain Blue, he's already had it made in more ways than one.
And who is that woman?
She's actually from the anime. Her name is Sprocket. More on her later. Okay. But with that said, all of Joe's friends are ready to duke it out in a whole bunch of random missions in order to become the lead star for Blue's upcoming film. And it involves a really weird mystery at the end, but, well, you'd have to play for yourself to see what I mean by that.
By the way, Steve, how are you?
Doing pretty good.
Viewtiful Joe, Red Hot Rumble.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, this game was released about a year after Viewtiful... Very cute. But with that said, this game came out about a year after Viewtiful Joe 2, and, weird of me to say, but this is actually the game that kinda sorta got me into the series. And what I mean by that is I saw the teaser trailer for back when it was called VFX Battle, and, well, it got me interested in the series,
Captain
and, well,
Blue
here we
to
are.
retire? Who will fill in his
Be
shoes?
the new hero.
I just can't decide on the new lead. I mean, this guy's pretty good, but she's not bad either.
Now, are these the games actors or the anime's actors?
Maybe I should
The game's actors. Like, that's still D as Joe, that's still Greg as Captain Blue.
someone like this.
Because I hate the anime's actors. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, we all do. Like, that dub was terrible.
Oh, look at Sylvia. Baby Sylvia.
But yeah, I was about to say, it's funny you say that, Matt, because for the anime characters, because yeah, some of these characters were from the anime, they actually got, like, different actors. Like, for Captain Blue Jr., they got Tara Strong. For Sprocket there, they got Vanessa Marshall, who was also the voice of Rachel. I'm trying to remember who else they got from the anime.
Dead offhand, I only remember Blue Jr. and, Sprocket. So yeah, Viewtiful Joe, Red Hot Rumble. Essentially, what if Viewtiful Joe went full on Smash Brothers?
By the way, am I the only one who noticed Sprocket's zipper always goes down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed it too. That's why I made the sound. But yeah, right from the get-go, you can play as those 6 on the bottom, but I was able to unlock Sprocket ahead of time.
That's cool.
All you really had to do is pretty much play the first portion of story mode. Speaking of which, I decided not to do story mode for this look at just because, well, I want to show off as many characters as I can. And the only way to do that is through the battle mode. But the rules are pretty much the same. Every single stage in this game has its own set of missions. And, well, basically, if you pull them off successfully, you earn V points. To win a match, you literally have to earn as many V points as you can. So starting off, we're pretty much beating the living shit out of all the bats on screen. Also, don't mind the shameless advertising there in the background.
Oh, what is that advertising anyway?
Johnny Rockets.
Johnny Rockets,
Oh,
a burger
okay.
chain, which, well, as far as I know, there's one down in San Francisco, but otherwise I rarely ever see it.
I went to one before. They're actually not that bad.
But yeah, apparently Capcom was able to get them to help promote Beautiful Joe Red Hot Rumble, and I guess the anime as well. And, well, that's why you see all these advertisements throughout the game. Right down to the healing items.
Nice. Grab diamonds.
Now, the cool thing is about this game, well, obviously it's a party game, so of course Joe's not going to be the only playable character. And every once in a while, you can grab these little orbs that take you to a little quick time event. If you can beat it, and you pretty much deplete the V points of your opponents and can take all the spoils.
Well, careful, he's getting all those diamonds. Whoa.
Oh yeah, like, just grabs me. It's like, no, son, these are mine. But anyway, yeah, every single stage has its own set of missions. Like, you're not always gonna have old man rigging the riches. But not every stage is gonna have the exact same rules. Like sometimes you're bashing the baddies, other times you're grabbing coins, other times you're trying to literally beat the shit out of each other till you're the last one man standing. Yep. You know, like the regular Smash Brothers.
Yeah, this looks very much like Smash Brothers.
Yep, and well, it's not just these two characters either. It can literally be a 4-player smash-up, which can be the most chaotic thing in existence. And thankfully, every character does control differently from each other. Like Joe here, he controls the same as always, though they do simplify the controls a bit. Like, there's no dedicated punch or kick buttons, it's all like one straight attack. You do have your specials as well. And now it's time for a lovely game, as Simon says.
Is it just me, or does Joe's model look slightly different than it did in the other two games?
Oh wait, come on! I got the other two right.
Well, that sucks.
I call hacks. But anyway, no, I think Joe's model looks around the same as it did in Beautiful Joe's 1 and 2.
I was about to say, because it kind of looked like the hands got bigger and the head's a little smaller.
Maybe. I mean, granted, the Beautiful Joe characters always had a slightly more stylized look to them in all the games, so I guess it didn't really occur to me then that the hands and head did get bigger.
To me, it was a little bit more.
Considering...
It was a little bit more noticeable in that one quick time sequence where it's like the rock paper scissors things, and it's like Joe did that one pose, and like that looked a little off.
Looked like the computer beat you.
Yeah, unfortunately, like if you're trying to play through the game with normal like three stack opponents, they're pretty competent. Damn it!
What?
And
you're a pitiful son-in-law.
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, because of that epic burn, Joe decided to leave the movie industry for good, and now I'm going to choose a character well, actually I don't use Sylvia that often, but she does play a bit differently compared to, oh no, wait, do I choose, no I don't, I picked Sylvia. Hey, don't confuse me for the CPU.
Let's see, who next?
But yeah, Sylvia does play a slight bit differently than she did in Beautiful Joe 2. She's a bit faster, a little slippery too. That I also noticed. But
gotcha.
Yeah, every character has their normal attacks and their special attacks. Usually, depending on the character, I tend to spam the special attacks more, especially with Sylvia, because her special is being able to shoot like 3 beams at once.
Yeah.
So yeah, now in this epic scene here, we're literally dropping from a building, and we're just spending all the time breaking pots.
Flower pots, no less. That's like, kind of
random is that? Yeah, well, hey, you know what? I guess they had to find some way to get rid of their props they haven't used in like 30 years.
Ooh, nice tie.
So with that said, I doubt Matt has any experience with this game, but hi, do you have any sort of experience with this game?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I have none either. Like, I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I've never really had either the interest or the funds to try it out myself.
That's fair. I mean, granted, in my case, I mean, even though this was technically the game that sort of, kind of got me into it, there we go. I actually didn't play it that often, as much as I did, like, Beautiful Joe's 1 and 2. I don't know why.
Guys.
Okay. But, it's like, this is one of those games where, like, how should I put this? Maybe, I think at my young age, I didn't quite have the, I don't know, quite the patience or, you know, being able to keep up with everything that was happening on screen. Like, it was, again, this is a very chaotic game.
Oh yeah, this looks incredibly chaotic.
But honestly, it's also one of those fun sort of chaotics. Like especially when you can get the hang of it, and you're not dealing with like shenanigans like this. In fact, weird as it is for me to say, this is weirdly the only Viewtiful Joe game I've ever beat. Because this game does have a dedicated story mode, and
you know, today of this recording, what just got released? Sorry, Okami HD just got announced. Why not Viewtiful?
For the Switch, anyway.
HD? Yeah, for the Switch. I want Viewtiful Joe HD.
Me too.
I think at this point Capcom's pretty much lost all faith in the Viewtiful Joe brand. That's why they haven't given it the HD treatment yet.
It's a good game series, though.
It is. It's just that it's like aside from like the fighting crossovers, they barely, if ever, cared.
And I was about to say, there's also the matter of they also have to get a say-so from Platinum and whether they're interested in continuing with Joe or not.
That's true.
I think I remember hearing Kamiya say he might have had some interest in continuing the series. It's just a matter of if ever Capcom will ever come up to him and say, "We want a new Viewtiful Joe game."
That's fair.
And we all know how that turned out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I feel like they should give Viewtiful Joe to oh god.
They should give him the platinum.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
I know. But anyway, they should give this series to Platinum.
I mean,
Well,
honestly, they know it would be nice, but at this point, they already have the wonderful 101 under their belt, and, well, assuming they do want to bring that to the Switch, I don't think a Viewtiful Joe HD collection is going to be likely, unless Capcom got permission, and then even then want to really do anything with it. Oh, shit!
Oh, great.
It's him again!
It's Big John.
So, yeah, now we're literally trying to take down enemies while on a biplane, while Big John's literally in the background yelling his mouth out.
Hey, Michael Gopher.
You didn't invite me to your party game, Pooh Bear.
Yeah, you invited the other boss characters from the first game, but didn't have the foresight to invite me. You're cruel.
Actually,
But,
I'm trying to remember. Aside from Big John, are there any other enemies from the second game that appear?
I think so. Though that being said, I haven't beaten a lot of the second game, so I wouldn't know right off the top of my head. I know one boss.
Just the bosses.
Yeah,
right,
just the
right,
bosses.
the bosses. I know there was once. I know there was like some sort of bug-like character that you fight as a boss later on.
Oh yeah, there's
I
also
assume
Jet
probably
Black.
is.
And actually,
Jet
no, wait.
Black, who's
And actually, I do remember. I think this game does have a mission where you can fight both Fire and Ice Leo together, but not Ice Leo, Frost
yes,
Tiger.
there is.
Which actually,
Oh, yeah,
by
you
the
can fight
way,
them both in this game.
interesting thing, Matt, Frost Tiger is voiced by Fred Tatsior.
Ah, cool.
Actually,
By
I
the way,
should've
thank you for actually saying his name correctly this time.
But it's like,
So,
I don't know what it is about that last name. It's trippy sometimes, I'm not gonna lie.
So, I should have probably brought this earlier, but the VFX powers in this game don't quite work the exact same way that they do in the actual games. Like, you can still get slow, you can get Mach speed, you can actually get sound effects, which I want to say is something you get in 2.
Sound effects? I don't think so.
Okay, then that might be something added for this game, but, oh boy. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Slow, for example, it actually slows everyone else down but you. Mach speed, you're literally just blazing all over the place, and you're practically like, it's like super spicy, ultra spicy curry from Smash Brothers. That, and, sound effects is basically you launch out projectiles.
Does replay appear? I guess the silence answers
Anyway,
my question. I was asking if replay also appeared.
Replay does not appear.
I actually kind of liked that one. It was one of the few gameplay gimmicks from Sylvia that I actually liked.
That's fair. But yeah, the only VFX powers I remember are slow, Mach speed, sound effects, and zoom.
Damn.
Zoom is actually in this game. It actually turns you into a freaking giant.
Yeah, Zoom I do remember from the first game, I think.
Now we gotta take down Big John's plane.
No, it's not Big John. It's Ace John now.
That's true. That's true.
It's still the same character.
Was he ever a fighter pilot in the second game?
I think I'm trying to remember what all there was. Like, I know he was like the drill sergeant in the first level. He chased after you in a minecart like twice, and then at the end of one level, like the Feel Japan one, he tried to pass himself off as a samurai before he got knocked out by the level's actual boss.
Why do we get this?
No, he tried to complain that it was a completely different person, though.
Well, that's my point, though. Even though
Yeah.
he wasn't.
That's fair. So I will admit right off the bat, Captain Blue Jr.'s voice is kind of annoying. Though unfortunately, he's also probably the second character aside from Joe I actually like using a lot because his
Gotcha.
yo-yos are actually pretty destructive. Like they got good reach. You can let them out pretty quickly, and well, yeah. Honestly, if there was ever a Viewtiful Joe 3, I honestly would have preferred to have seen him as a playable character there, just because he does have that kind of neat kind of versatility to him.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that
It's a shame
so
he's got
much.
sound so fucking annoying. Sorry, Tar Strong.
There's also that, and a matter of, since I'm pretty sure the games, I'm not going to count this since this is just a spin-off. I think the games would have to come up with an explanation as to why he would be in that universe, because I think the anime has like a completely different set of continuity rules.
Kinda, sorta, yeah, but like... I mean, I don't know. Like, I do remember hearing that they actually follow the games fairly faithfully. They just, they did add a few new rules. Like, they primarily treat it as though, well, yeah, there's movie land and all, but it's all a set. Like, you literally are, like, they're already aware at this point that they are making a movie.
Yeah.
Or making movies.
Okay, and
In fact, in a way,
finally,
that's... In fact...
Wait.
Oh, yeah, by the way, let's move on to the PSP version.
Yep. Mainly to show off my favorite thing.
Yes, you guessed it. That guy appears if you can see him down there. But I also unlocked a whole bunch of other stuff like alternate type characters for the normal characters, as well as the mooks. And yes, the one, the only Dante, who has his voice clipped straight from the first game.
but not just Dante. You also have Mighty Trish.
Oh, Trish!
Oh yeah, by the way, this the PSP version also has what they call EX colors, where the character, well, depending on the character, they can transform into a specific character. Like, Rocket can turn into Junko, who was the antagonist of the DS Viewtiful Joe game, Double Trouble, which I unfortunately can't really show off because
Jasmine, that's...
DS emulators available don't do that game justice.
I was about to say, Jasmine, that's the sister from the same game, right?
Yes, she was.
Cool.
Yeah, basically they had all these characters in as, like, again, it was all a bonus for the PSP game, because it technically did come out a few months after the GameCube original. Mm-hmm. And I will admit, I do appreciate all those changes, but at the same time, the performance of the PSP version isn't quite as good.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's still perfectly playable, it's just that you kind of miss how solid and, well, not so loud the original was.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd still play this version a lot because, Dante.
Because Dante's the only thing you care about in this franchise.
I fucking love Dante, okay?
He's alright.
Who doesn't love Dante, except for Steve?
I just said he was alright. Yeesh. Being presumptuous.
But yeah, also Dante is kind of broken.
Oh yeah, he looks broken.
Because he can just stand there and shoot to his heart's content, and, well, he does still have his sword, which, I forget. I think, technically this is based off the first game, so this is supposed to be Force Head, right? Or Alistair?
Alistair, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's weird, too.
Actually, it should be Alistair, because the character in this game, Alistair, is actually named after his sword, and in the first game, in Dante mode,
right,
him and Alistair do have, like, actual unique dialogue with each other.
Yeah, and I still remember how in the PS2 version of the original game, like, Dante literally spoke in... Like, he does have dialogue, but it's all heard backwards.
Yeah, it's not just with him, it's with all the characters for some reason. All the characters aside from Joe.
It was basically a cheat maneuver in order to not get new voice actors for him or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or just the original actors in general.
So, hold on, let me check weapons in the Devil May Cry series. Alistair,
and the girl
yes.
and the girls just can't get enough of that Dante.
Yeah, it is
That's
Alistair.
about right.
Okay.
Nice.
And Rebellion is his sword throughout the rest of the series.
Gotcha. And yeah, well, that stage was literally just a boss fight. Yeah, every fourth stage of every movie, quote unquote, is a boss fight against a certain character. And with that said, he won by a landslide.
Damn.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our look at on Viewtiful Joe Red Hot Rumble for the GameCube and PSP. I mean, true, it's not quite as good as the original games themselves, but I don't know, there's just some sort of quirky charm to them compared to the originals. Like, maybe it could just be the fact that it's already, like, self-aware that they're pretty much making a movie, or just the camaraderie between all of them, or, you know, just beating the living crap out of each other, or the fact that it's actually the easiest game to complete. But whatever the case, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm JamesmanXtreme.
I'm Roy J. Koopa.
And yeah.
Yeah, okay then. See you guys.
Bye.